one gentleman who has been making a lot of movements in the space. Now, a lot of people have been comparing him to one person. Yeah, so you hear Yami, Yama, and then you get to hear this gentleman's voice being mentioned in it. William Estevao. Now, William Estevao is 18 years of age. Yes, he's just 18 years old. And he signed for Chelsea from Palmeiras in South America. Now, truth is, after Chelsea signed this gentleman for some 45 million, the thing that happened was everyone was wanting to see what he was bringing to the table. People did not need to wait long enough. He announced himself on the world stage when he played for Palmeiras at the FIFA Club World Cup. Now, at the FIFA Club World Cup, he was able to score a goal against Chelsea. That's how good Estevao is. Now, there are a lot of questions that come into play when a player is moving from the South American side to come and play in Europe. Normally, especially in England, England's game is fast-paced, so normally takes a longer time for people to adapt to it. But what happens in England is a lot of people have been chewed up by the system and spat out. However, this gentleman here, Estevao, is doing something a little different. He is seemingly seeking to thrive where others have sought to fail. Now, let's get into bringing some other stuff out because his performance so far this season has been really, really impeccable. Let's move it along and check out some of his important stuff. Now, let's check out his carries because he's been very, very good with his carries. And this data is thanks to UpToStats. And so this are the kind of carries he has. Now, some of the strength to his game, I'll tell you right after this slide, but he enjoys carrying the ball a lot way forward. He's already enjoyed 16 progressive carries, and most of the carries you can see here are going right into the channel, So he likes to, dance onto his left and try and hit you hard in that direction. And certainly as a defender, or if you know how defenders like to defend, defenders always constantly want to show you to this part of the pitch so that you are able to control. You understand? The moment you turn a left-footed defender onto his right foot, it becomes a little more difficult for him to defend again. So he's had 16 progressive carries so far this season, which makes it very interesting for someone who is coming just from South America in just these recent days to actually make this happen. Now, let's check out one of his statistics when it comes to his particular team, that's his Chelsea, to show how big and impactful Estevao has been for Chelsea this season. Please forget Cole Palmer for now. He's out injured. Let's talk William Estevao. Estevao, when it comes to dribbles attempted, is first with regards to Chelsea. Dribbles completed, he's also ranked first. Expected assists, he's currently being ranked first, despite not starting all the games in all competitions for his club. Now, also, chances created, he sits at first. Open play chances created, he is first again. Shots, yes, shots, he is again first. Successful open play crosses, something Chelsea struggles with a lot. He is also first here. Touches in the opponent's box, yes, he is first. And this goes to show the number of touches he is having in this area of the box. Now, so he is first in also when it comes to, yes, touches in opponent's box, but expected goals, he is second. And big chances created, he is first. Now, for someone who is 18 years old, not being in the frame of a Nicholas Jackson or a Noni Madueke, for such statistics, you dare say that it's humbling for an 18-year-old guy to be doing. Now, we're going to be comparing Estevao to other players in Chelsea and across the league. Now, let's look at expected assists per 90. Estevao leads that stat. Now, leading the stat here and putting himself here, I'll tell you who it matches up with. Even touches in opponent's box per 90. Madueke was having a very swell time before he got injured with 10. Estevao coming second. Doku, who has also really picked up form, is even in third. Big chances created per 90. Garnacho is first, Estevao second, Doku again third. Dribbles completed. Now, Mohamed Kudus is here because he's been out for a little while, but Estevao just overtook Mohamed Kudus, and Doku is right up there as well. So he is really up there in all the statistics here. Oh, Sedi, you are talking about his forward touches and his forward assists and other things. What about his defense prowess? Don't worry, I'll tell you more about his defense prowess. But prior to that, let's talk about his touch map so far in the EPL this season. Majority of his touches, again, have come on the right-hand side, where he has been deployed and loves to dance onto his left. So majority of them coming, again, through where the arrows were pointing. That is where he keeps touching the ball as he keeps going. Having a lot of touches across the pitch, but however, Estevao this season, guess what? Has not had a touch in the center circle. Yeah, it works. Anyways, let's move along. And now let's compare Estevao to one player that would shock you. Now, Bukayo Saka plays in a very similar position as the man William Estevao. Let's compare their, XGs, and then let's compare their XAs. So yes, Let's get into some data and then combine some things. Now, Estevao is currently having a better XG than the man Bukayo Saka in the EPL. I'm not the one saying it. Data is saying it. Now, even with regards to expected assists, so this is XG is expected goals, XA is expected assists. Expected assists, Estevao is also currently ranking higher than Saka. So expected goals that you would expect Saka to be getting more goals than Estevao. Data relatedly, Estevao is having more statistical advantage compared to Saka. Football is not all about statistics once again. However, statistics also tell a different side of the story to the game football. So now Estevao, Saka giving you a very humble feeling here. So, there's that conversation when it comes to football people. They like to compare players to try and advance the conversation. This is one of such that you could actually think of. I'm not saying I'm not putting it there, but data-wise, they sit there, don't they? Yeah, they surely do. Now, let's move it along and let's talk about something. I told you earlier that I was going to tell you about how Estevao is defensively sound, hence helping his game as well. So this is the game that Chelsea played versus Wolverhampton Wanderers, where Estevao came on in the 64th minute and actually came on to get an assist and helped out with a couple of other things on the pitch. Now, look at Estevao's stance here. Now it's getting interesting here as he is shadow pressing the man in midfield and also could actually just dash onto this gentleman on the left-hand side. His press is actually good. Now, this is where he becomes more offensive. Again, this was where he was carrying the ball where we saw from the map constantly. So he was carrying the ball in that direction. He carries the ball. Malo Gusto allows him to do all he wants to do with the two players. Damis beats them, crosses that ball into midfield, and Joao Pedro gets the goal from there. In another sequence, that was the only one he got the assist from the other side. From that side, Gui in that sequence as well, beating two players. So taking on players, beating players, humbling them is one thing that he does for a living. The man Estevao went on international break, did not stop, and scored a free kick. He's giving you fantabulous goals. He has scored from the penalty spot, and you just have to just accept that Malo Gusto should have done better in helping Estevao in a lot of sequences at Chelsea. But we'll see what happens when they come back. We'll revisit Estevao, and this time we'll try to compare him with, Mal. It should be a very interesting comparison.